If you want to be more efficient and effective while running your business with more inner peace than working on the core of your issues instead of putting on a band-aid is vital. Welcome to the Business Brain Podcast.
I'm your host, Esty Rapport, and here to help you improve your 28 cognitive functions, the 28 things that make up thinking. In each episode, we'll discuss a real-life challenge, why you might be struggling with it, and give you practical strategies so all areas of your life will improve.
Dakota, a graphic designer, joined Optimize Your ADHD Brain because she felt like there was never enough time in her day. No matter how many lists she wrote or how often she organized her life, she felt overwhelmed by the amount of tasks she had to do. Pretty quickly, she realized she was getting distracted with low leverage tasks. This meant she was wasting time on things that didn't really matter and would have to stay up late doing the important work. All it took was implementing one framework and she started seeing results. Once we improved the thinking skill related to the framework, it happened naturally. If you're experiencing something similar, I'm here to tell you, you do not have to struggle forever. In this episode 476 of the Business Brain Podcast, I'm going to share with you the exact steps of what you can do to have your own transformation. But first, screenshot this episode and share it on Instagram stories. Don't forget to tag me at LifePix University so I can thank you personally. While you are doing any task, you, without even realizing it, are using your 28 thinking skills. While the thinking skills you need to use are strong, doing the task happens easily. Thinking skills you need to use is weak. Doing the task will be a challenge. The struggle that Dakota had came from a weak thinking skill of comparisons. Comparisons is the cognitive functions that most business owners think they are good at, but actually have a lot of room for improvement. In order to prioritize well, we need to be able to compare correctly. We need to be able to see the task relative to our goals and compare it to other tasks. With Dakota, we started off by training our brain to stay on task and not get distracted by the other little voices or shiny objects she'd see while doing a task. We spoke about this last week in episode 475. While this helped a great deal, this was not enough. It didn't help her with choosing which tasks to do first, especially when there were so many tasks that were a lot more fun and easy, yet were really important. So I showed her the priority power play. No, you can do this for your overall business, or you can do this for your daily tasks. Step number 1 is list out all your tasks or projects. Just dump them all out. Step number 2, starting at the top of your list, compare your first 2 items. Which 2 of these items are more important? Take the winner and compare it to task 3. Take that winner and compare it to task 4. By the time you get to the end of your list, you will have your most important task. Write that most important task on a new sheet of paper. Step 3, repeat this process until all your tasks are rewritten on your new sheet of paper in priority order. Now you know what's most important. And the way it works is you don't move down your list until your most important task is done. Obviously, don't be dumb. If you're waiting on someone, don't not do the next task on the list. As soon as Dakota implemented priority power play, her productivity rose drastically. She now knew what she needed to focus on and won't let low leverage tasks distract her. Since an important piece of priority power play is being able to compare tasks to understand what's most important, we worked on her thinking skills of comparisons to make it easier. If you'd like some exercise to improve your own comparisons, check out episode 465. In order to stay focused on high leverage tasks, your brain's got to know which tasks is most important. The priority power play helps you organize your projects so that way you know what you need to do, even when you feel pulled in 100 directions. Here's how you do it. Step number 1, you dump out all your tasks. Step number 2, compare your top 2 tasks to see which one is most important. Take the winner and compare it to task 3. Go all the way down to the end of the list until you have your most important task. Step 3, rewrite that most important task on a new sheet of paper and then repeat the process until all your tasks are on the new sheet of paper. Remember, you can't continue down your list until your most important task is taken care of. This can be done on a smaller scale with what you need to do for today, or this can be done on a bigger scale with all the projects you have in your business. I personally like to do the priority power play whenever I feel like I'm being pulled in 100 directions. It's a sign for me that my brain doesn't know what to focus on. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next episode. That's all for this episode of the Business Brain Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please share it with 2 of your business friends so they too can gain from it, and you'll be helping us reach our goal of 1 million downloads by the end of 2025. Cheers to peak brain performance.